Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. For a long time now I've wanted to create a video on how to play the Kingdom Hearts trading card game, but during the early stages of the game's release they actually packaged a very helpful instructional DVD that does a great job of explaining how to play. I don't think I could do much better at explaining how to play myself, so what I've done is recorded the instructional DVD in the best quality that I could so that I may share it with all of you. While I do praise this instructional DVD, I will be adding a few steps that they either forgot to mention or were implemented in the later sets, so without further ado, let's learn how to play the Kingdom Hearts TCG.
Let's play the Kingdom Hearts trading card game. We'll make this quick so you can get playing. Get out your starter deck, your playmat, and a counter to keep track of your heart points. Lay out your playmat. Then take your player card from your deck and place it face up on the player card area, like this. On the player card is your character's name and level. At the bottom is the card type and text area. You should look here for special powers a card might have. The number on the red background is your attack value, the damage this character can dish out during a battle or challenge. The number on the blue background is your magic, used for casting magic spells and summoning magic friends. The heart points, HP, is your initial toughness. Check the HP value of your player card and put your counter on the matching number on the heart point track on your playmat. If this is reduced to 0, you lose the game. Next, shuffle your deck and place it face down on the deck area of your playmat.
This tutorial does not mention that the Kingdom Hearts TCG is very unique from other TCGs in that players may choose to construct a deck between 41 and 60 cards, including their player cards.
Then, each player draws 6 cards from their deck. You're ready to go! The player with the lowest level on their player card goes first.
The rulebook states that in the event that player card levels are the same, the person who is younger in age goes first, or you may choose a random method. Typically, the community chooses the option of flipping a coin or rolling die to determine who goes first if the player card levels are the same.
There are 4 phases in your turn, and once you complete all 4, it's your opponent's turn. The phases are listed on your playmat to help you remember. They are draw, action, challenge, and discard. The first phase is the draw phase. If you have less than 6 cards, draw from the top of your deck until you are back up to 6.
If a player draws the last card in their deck during their draw phase, their discard pile is shuffled and placed face down in the deck area, and if necessary, they continue drawing cards. This same rule is also applied whenever cards are drawn during the action phase.
The next phase is the action phase, and there are a lot of options. The first option is movement. Movement is playing a world card from your hand. You may do this only once per turn. When you move, you gain 1 heart point. On the world card are the card's name, text, type, and level. The level is important. If the combined levels of your worlds total 13 or more, you win. The second option in your action phase is to play dark cards. Dark cards represent the heartless and villains that hinder your opponent. Dark cards are played on your opponent's world, and your opponent may not move while there are any dark cards on their world card. The level of your opponent's top world card tells you how many dark cards can be played on it. Also, the level of each dark card must be equal to, or less than, the total level of your opponent's world cards. So if the top world card is a level 2, you can play 2 dark cards on it. The total combined level of their world cards is 4. That means you can't play dark cards higher than level 4 right now. Dark cards can be removed from the world cards during an action called Battle, which is a third option for your action phase. You can battle once per turn. During battle, compare your player card's attack value to the dark card's power value. If the attack value is equal to or higher, the dark card is defeated and moved to its owner's discard pile. If your attack isn't enough to beat the dark card, you can use an attack card. These raise your attack value. When more than one attack card with the same name is played at the same time, they often get bonuses, so check the text area of the card. Attack cards are discarded immediately after use. To help you battle dark cards and win challenges, you can play friend cards. This is the fourth kind of action you can take. Friend cards have a support value number on the red background. This can be added together with the attack value of your player card. You may play as many friend cards as you'd like, but each new friend card that you play has to have a level no higher than 1 plus your highest friend in play. So a level 3 if you have a level 2 in play, a level 2 if you have a level 1, or a level 1 or 0 if you have no friend cards in play. You can't play 2 friend cards with the same name, even if they have different levels. But you can discard an old friend card to play a new one of the same name. So if you have a level 1 Donald in play and a level 2 Donald in your hand, you can discard the level 1 and then put the level 2 in play.
The rule that you cannot play cards of the same name is true in most player light decks, with the exception of cards such as Broom that state otherwise, but it is not true in player dark or player 13 decks, which were not yet introduced during the making of this tutorial. Player dark decks may play dark cards into the friend area with half of their POW or power value rounded down as their support value, and you may play dark cards of the same name. This includes dark villains as well. Player 13 cards can use nobody cards or other player 13 cards in their friend area. Like player dark, the support value for nobody cards are half their POW rounded down, but player 13 cards use their base attack value as their support value when played in the friend area. These details are actually not found in the official rulebook, but are instead printed on the player dark and the player 13 cards themselves.
Friend cards that have helped out in battle or challenge are discarded at the end of the phase they are used. The last option in your action phase is to play a magic card. Magic cards are the magical spells that a player card and his friends can use. You can play as many of these as you like, as long as your player card or a friend card you control has a magical value equal to or greater than the level of the card you want to play. There are also magical friend cards. They are put in play just like a magic card, and you can play as many of these as you'd like. They can help in battles or challenges just like friend cards. If you see this symbol, it means what is written there takes effect as soon as the card is played from your hand. These cards have to be discarded at the end of your turn, so if you put them in play, make sure you use them in the same turn.
A pretty significant option that you may take during your action phase that this tutorial does not mention is that you may choose to escape whenever there are heartless on your world cards that you cannot defeat. If you choose to escape, you have to discard the top world card that the dark cards are played on, and the dark cards go to your opponent's discard. Other penalties for escaping are that you have to discard your entire friend area, you lose 1 heart point, and lastly, you cannot move during this turn, meaning you cannot play a world card. The details on escaping are in all the official Kingdom Hearts TCG rulebooks.
After the action phase is the challenge phase, when you can attack your opponent's player card if you want to. If you attack, both players move their player card to the center of the table. Then you and your opponent take turns choosing one of 4 options. The attacker goes first. The first option is to choose to have a friend card or a magical friend card participate in this challenge. The next option is to play 1 or more attack cards from your hand. The third option is to play a magical card or a magical friend card. The final option is to do nothing. Players take turns until both choose to do nothing. Then both players add up all their attack values. The player that deals the most damage wins the challenge, and their opponent loses 1 heart point. The final phase is the discard phase. You may discard as many cards from your hand as you'd like, or none at all. During the discard phase, you must discard any magic friend cards you have in play. After your discard phase, it's your opponent's turn. Players keep taking turns until someone wins. There are two ways to win Kingdom Hearts. You win if the total level of your world cards in play is 13 or greater, or if your opponent ever has 0 heart points left. All right, that's the basics. If you still have questions, you should check out the rulebook.
Now I just want to go over a few card types that were introduced in the later sets after this tutorial was created. Equipment cards are cards that you can play from your hand onto your player or friend cards. Some may be attached directly from hand, while others require conditions to be met. Event cards are cards that you may play during your action phase, and after the event cards are played and resolved, they are discarded. Technique cards work a lot like event cards, but they can only be used during battle. They also require conditions to be met in order to play them. To be more specific, technique cards require a specified combination of player or friend cards to be in play in order for the technique to be played. Form change cards represent different states of the active player card and are played on top of the player cards to modify their values. Form change cards may be discarded at any time. Promo cards can take the form of any card type, but the rules state that there is a limit of 1. I want to clarify that you may play as many promo cards as you wish, but only one of a particular promo may be played in a deck. And that does it for this tutorial on how to play the Kingdom Hearts trading card game. I've attached a link in the description below for the PDF to the most up-to-date English rulebook for those of you who want more details on the game. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and consider subscribing for more Kingdom Hearts TCG content, and I'll catch you all in my next video.